In this video, we're going to look at an equation of the circle that we need to write in standard form. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe so you can watch more videos that I keep uploading every week. Now, before we can write this equation in standard form, we need to know the equation of a circle in standard form. How is it supposed to look like? Standard form, the equation should be x minus h square plus y minus k, then square that equals to r square. That is the standard form of an equation of a circle. Now this equation that we are given is in the general form of an equation of a circle. Now what we now need to do here, so in order for us to write it in that way, somehow we need to complete squares. Now for interest sake, this this standard form of an equation, sometimes you may be asked to write the center. The center in this case is h and k. That is the center. Now let's go ahead and rewrite this general equation of a circle into the standard form. Now what we need to do first is that we have to group the variables. In our case, we should have x squared, and then we bring the positive 8x, and then we have positive y squared, and then minus 2y, and then minus 8. You can see here we have x squared plus y squared plus 8x minus 2y minus 8. We have to group the terms. Now we have to move this negative 8 to go to the other side. Then you're going to have x squared plus 8x plus y squared minus 2y equals to positive 8. Now what we need to do here is that we now have to complete squares. Now we should recall the general equation of a quadratic. It's ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now in order for us to complete square, what we want to do here, if you look at the terms where we have x, there are only 2. It means we need to find the constant so that we can have a perfect square. Now to do that, what we need to do is that we have to identify our b value in here. Maybe we can try to group this like that so that it becomes a little bit clear. Now if we look at the group where we have x squared and 8x, you will see that our b value, the b value is the number in front of x. The number in front of x here is 8. That is our b value. Therefore that b value, we should halve it so that we can get 4. And we should also do the same here. This side for x we are done. We should also do the same here for y. The b value is 2, we have it, and then we are getting 1. Now let's go ahead and complete the square. Now the first bracket we are going to get x squared plus 8x. Now that we know our b value and we have it and we're getting 4, in order for us to have a perfect square trinomial, we had to square that number. Then we are going to get plus 16. 4 squared is 16. And then plus other group, we're going to have y squared minus 2y. If we square 1, we just get 1 equals to positive 8. Now what we need to keep in mind is that when we are writing an equation of a circle from the general form to the standard form, these two numbers that we have added, we should also add them on the right hand side. That means we need to add here plus 16 and plus 1. After that, we now have to factorize this. To factorize this, what we need to do is that, let me just write two brackets like this. To factorize this, we write x here, and then we write plus. Now the number that we have to write here is the square root of 16, which is 4. Here we write y, and then minus the number that we should write here is the square root of 1, which is just 1. And then we have to add this. Now adding that, we have 8 plus 16 plus 1 equals to 25. Therefore our r square is equals to 25. Now what you can see here is that, comparing now with the standard form of the equation of the circle, we have the first bracket squared, which we have here, and then plus the second bracket squared, and then equals to r square. That means our r square in this case is 25. Now suppose, let me put this is the standard. It's now in standard form. We have now written that equation in standard form, and this is the standard form. Now for interest's sake, suppose you are now asked to find, not really find, but write, asked to write the center and then radius of circle from here. Now the center should have two coordinates. Here our center is at HK, not from the origin. Now where we have positive 4, it becomes negative 4. Where we have negative 1, it becomes positive 1. That is the center. And our radius in this case is the square root of 25. Remember that the reason why we're taking square root is because Looking at this equation, it's in standard form, therefore 25 is equal to r square. Now to get r alone, we have to take square root on both sides, therefore our radius now is equal to 5. But how do we get this radius without writing the general equation in standard form? Now if you look at what we have here, the center, if you do not want to write this equation in standard form, you get the center by dividing this number by 2 and also this number by 2. Therefore here you will get positive 4 and here you will get negative 1. Keep in mind, since you are getting positive, therefore it becomes negative. And since you are getting negative 1 here, it should become positive. That is also another way on how we can quickly get or identify the radius from the general form of an equation of a circle. If you have any questions, please comment below and then I'll respond accordingly.